Welcome, Aries Taurus, to your end of the month reading for January. Hope you friends are doing great out there. Welcome back, all subscribers, and anyone new to my channel. Welcome, welcome. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you. Okay, at the end of the month. Digging deep over here. This Mercury retrograde. Okay, best message for Aries Taurus. Taurus, please. Ooh, someone's getting away with something. Someone is definitely getting away with something or trying to get away with something. That's for sure. So, clarifying on this card. This card not only clarifies on the Seven of Swords, but the entire reading. Entire message, please. What are they doing? They're causing a disruption. So they're definitely trying to get away with something or have gotten away with something. Take it how it resonates. But they're definitely causing a disruption and kind of giving everybody a stuck feeling. And I do feel like it's more than one person that they could be doing this to. So it could be in the office. It could be at home within the family, the friend circle. However it is. But they're definitely getting away with something. And of course, if it's just you and this other person, you know, it also could be that way as well. Take it how it resonates. But definitely have you kind of like where your hands are tied behind your back and you're like, what the heck are you doing? Getting straight into the situation. The situation is taking place in the present, recent, past, and the near future. Didn't stand your ground. There's a lot of compromise, but yet it also feels like there was also a lot of arguing. In the recent past, it does feel like there was a lot of arguing, a lot of fighting, a lot of something, but it did feel like you ended up coming to a compromise every time. Maybe just by ignoring it, kind of shoving it under the rug, something of this nature. Yeah, just trying to make it better. Because it just feels like you just wanted the passion to stay where it was. You didn't really want the change. It's like, fine, we're going to argue. We'll just kind of sweep it under the rug or come to a compromise to fix the situation just so we can be happy. And that was then. Seven of Wands. Something's pushed you to your limits over here with the Seven of Wands because now you feel like they're getting away with something. They have definitely done something. You may have even stolen something or they're very irresponsible. It all could be one. Okay. Might even feel like they're maybe even toying with your emotions about the situation as they're trying to, you know, get away with something. This card can even say, hey, you know what, they even moved. You know what I mean? Like they even moved. So maybe they were getting away with something and then they bailed. Maybe they left. Maybe they were kicked out. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Something of this, or you moved. Because it's also talking about moving. Maybe they moved and took half your stuff with them and they're getting away with it. Something of this nature. So you guys are going to have to, you know, like I said, everybody's story is a little different. But definitely over here, there is a lot of contradiction going on. And it does feel like there was some kind of shift within the attitude as soon as they kind of hit the door. I still feel like somebody left for some of you. But definitely there's this huge shift in attitude about what they're doing. And it doesn't feel like they were really 100% standing their ground or you were not standing your ground when this happened. There's a lot of unjustified things going on over here, and it is not justified in this. There's a lot of imbalance between you and this person. You could be dealing with a Leo, Taurus, a Gemini, a Libra. But however it is, it's like they're leaving to make or you're leaving. However it is, it's going to end up changing it's going to make a new beginning, okay? It's definitely going to make this new beginning because there is this huge change in the way that things are going, huge change in how everything was going along. It's almost like, yeah, we had our problems over here, but we thought we changed it. And then all of a sudden you snapped, you went different. I was trying to stay calm about the situation, and then you blew it all out of control. Yeah. It almost feels like you were trying to give them a heart-to-heart conversation about the situation, but it didn't actually happen that way. If anything, it ended up more of a separation than it helped anything. Oh my gosh. There was a determination to try to see the truth within the situation, but this person was rejecting the whole situation and kind of had erratic behavior, my friends. So the erratic behavior did not help the situation because they just were not going to see the truth within the situation, see, come to the understanding of what was really going on. So it does feel like they kind of flew out of control about the situation. It gave you no leverage to stand on, and it just feels like right now you're really in your head about the situation. I think you're very confused about what just happened. This person became very erratic. They kind of just, their whole attitude changed. They were not listening. There was nothing you can do to reflect upon the situation. I think, though, Aries, Taurus, you wanted them to reflect. Like, can you hear what you're saying? Do you understand what you're doing? And I just don't see that happening. And it's like you're patiently waiting over here for them to get, down to the level of the understanding. But they're getting away with acting this way. They didn't reflect upon the situation, which left you in complete confusion. Hold on. All you can really do right now, Aries, Taurus, is just try to dig deep within your intuition to try to figure out the situation. This person is now like, completely, either you or them has completely cold shouldered. Maybe you guys have cold shouldered each other. It's like it's done, it's over with. Even though you were trying to support the situation by changing the situation, by trying to clear up the cloud that was going on, they're not listening to the situation. It's kind of like it was their way, the highway. This is not going to do this. I'm not listening. They've definitely gone silent, gone cold, disappeared. It almost feels like they left the house and disappeared. They left the work, disappeared, never came back. Something of this nature. But the whole thing is, it's like you're trying to use your intuition to figure out what the heck happened over here. I think this person just kind of snapped. It looks like a snap scenario. They didn't want to hear what the truth was. Maybe they were making up their own fragmentation of what happened or not seeing it the way it was. However it is, throughout all the erratic behavior and change within the attitude, it's kind of crazy. So everything's gone backwards for you. It's like nothing is moving forwards. I think a lot of you are dealing with some kind of air sign. But could be an Aquarius or a Libra. I'm getting more Aquarius, Libra than anything. But it's almost like in the near future, it's like kind of having a nightmare of where the passion starts, when it's going to go. The separation has left to where it was all passionate and all friendly and everything was going great. It's left this huge nightmare of this separation, of the way that they left. I'm telling you, most of you, they left. Okay, if they didn't leave, just throw that piece out. Okay, guys? Because it really looks like they went off and they left. And it's just left this, it's overwhelming chaos because you don't understand. I don't see how you guys are going to understand this. When someone snaps like that and they become very erratic and then just kind of lose it, it's going to leave a lot of confusion because you don't understand. If I'm trying to be calm and I'm trying to make you understand this and I'm trying to, talk to you about the situation and you're yelling, screaming, or doing whatever erratic behavior they're doing, right? It's going to leave confusion because you don't understand what the heck just happened. And for a lot of you, it looks like they just packed up crap and they just left. I mean, it does look like, you know, that there was some heated moments for some of you. It looked like it was kind of like, oh, well, fine, leave. Don't let the, you know, door hit you where the good Lord split you. It could have been like that for like a second for some of you, but it still left you in complete. I see a lot of you in complete confusion to what the hell just happened. Because once you have to sit down and actually get down into High Priestess mode and actually start thinking about the situation, you're like, where did it all go wrong? Why did they do that? Why aren't they listening? Like they just, their whole demeanor changed. They're not texting you. Even if you wanted them to text you, they're not texting you. There's no messages coming in. It's almost like they left. You don't even know where they, for some of you might not even know where they are. Some of you might think that they're at their mom's house, or maybe they went off with a friend. But however it was like you wanted them, it feels like you want them to come back so that you can kind of nurture the situation, so you can try to fix the situation. But how are you going to fix the situation with this person who's kind of lost their mind? They need to settle down. For some of you, they're going to say that because they had to leave, that you made them lose their job because they had to go to their mom's house. So now they're going to do the blame game with you. That's why they're not texting you. They're blaming you for everything. What? Okay, guys, that's for somebody. And it's almost just like you're waiting for them to patiently return to at least have a real conversation with you. Can we have an adult conversation? Or, you know, and then for some of you, it might even be a child that did this and they just got crazy, right? Maybe they went to grandma's house or something. Because I do see children here. So if some of you, it could be a child that just kind of went crazy and ended up at grandma's house or their friend's house or something. But they are definitely in the near future licking their wounds about the situation. They do see that they were overboard about the situation and that they did take it to this crazy dramatic area where like it didn't need to go. So they are in the near future actually starting to realize that that they did take this way overboard and that it didn't need to get to this point. They didn't need to raise swords. They didn't need to make it this way, that they took it way over. Wow. Wow. And they do. They realize it. They're like, well, you know, I'm having the realizations that I took it way too far. You know, this was something so simple and I've blown it way out of proportion. And that's really what it feels like over here, Aries, Taurus, is they have blown this way out of proportion. They did not need to take it this far. And they are going to have that realization in the near future over here, guys. So I would say somewhere between the next month, somewhere is really what it looks like. It could be, I'm going to actually go as far, you guys. And you know me, I don't do that very often, but I'm actually going to go probably about the 16th around Valentine's Day to maybe even the end of February, because all these cards are here and they're still pissed, right? They're still upset about the situation because they have to get through the blame game. You were the one that did this when it was all them. And that's another reason why it feels like you're confused. You're like, how was it my fault? I am trying to fix the situation and make you understand something. So I'm going to go all the way down to maybe the end of February, mid-month, end month, that they're actually going to understand that if anyone actually caused this tower, I'm so sorry. You know, it's like, I'm so sorry, but it was you who did it. It wasn't Aries, Taurus who did it. It was you. Now, mind you, cross watchers, if you're watching, you could say it was Aries, Taurus that did this. Okay. But for this reading, it is definitely the other person at this time. Okay. But it's just, it's kind of crazy because there's like, you made it more than it should have been. It should have just been a conversation like we had before, but it was almost like they didn't want to come to a compromise and listen and actually do something. This time, and it could be because of this Mercury retrograde. I mean, look at the things that are going on around us, right? Right now, we have a Mercury retrograde, Venus in retrograde. I mean, hearts on emotion, karmic things coming back. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy things. Last week, this could have been it, and we had that, you know, that full moon. I don't know. I don't know, guys. There's a lot of crazy things going on. Then we got that North Node in Scorpio coming up, or maybe it's already here. So, I mean, there's a lot of crazy things in the sky causing a lot of emotions, and I'm noticing it through a lot of the readings, which is crazy. You know, me, I keep myself very moderate energy. I don't go too high, too low. You know, I just keep it very moderate so that we can get the best reading. I flabbergasted about these readings. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now with people. These planets are not helping, that's for sure. Okay, so reconsider. It literally says that you won't have a really good relationship with this person again a year from now. This is for people who it's like your children, your family members. You see what I'm saying? A year from, that's crazy. That's, I'm sorry. That's horrible. I don't even like that. I wish I could change that. I don't even like that at all. Because that means it's going to take a really, it's like, okay, so you're going to come to this place and have this understanding. But then what? It won't really work between the two of you for a whole year. So even though they have the realization towards them understanding what they're doing, is it a weakness that they don't want to come back? I mean, it's your guys' people. You know this. Are you going to say that it's because they're too weak to come back to tell me that they admit that they were wrong? That could be a huge possibility. So snuff it under the rug again and say that it's okay. Peaceful resolution within a year from now. That's it. Success. A whole year. Oh my God, it makes me want to cry. Especially if it's family and, you know, your child or somebody you really adore and you're like, I don't understand. Situation will improve. Spirit is just like, you just let it go for now. They have to work this out for themselves. There's a lot of immaturity or something going on within this person's life. I don't know. Wow. This one's hard to bite. Let it go for your own recovery there, Aries, Taurus, okay? Let helpful people around you help you if you need their help. Okay? Depending on how the situation is affecting you. Okay? Alrighty, my friends. You know what? Let's use some in shadow cards really fast. We'll see what this person's thinking because we need to use these cards. I bought them. They are a little blunt, so please don't kill the reader. When I said it was wildfire, I didn't mean to actually buy cards that were so blunt. That was not the intention, but they're here. My husband's like, you have to use them. I do like them, but yeah, they are like a little. Okay, guys, let's go. Shake it off, everybody. Shake it off. You know, being an empath, it's kind of hard. You know, I'm taking on all these emotions from you guys. And okay, let's go. Okay, so what are they thinking in the present now? Let's just see what they're thinking right now. Bring some light to the situation so that way, too, it could get rid of a little confusion. It's crazy because it says that they actually fantasize about you. Now, even if it's a person, okay, even if it's a person who, whether it's a love situation or just a child or whatever, it's saying they're thinking of you, right? So we'll put it that way. Yes, if it is a love situation, they're definitely fantasizing about you. If it is your child or something like that, they are thinking about you, right? Thinking about how, I still think that even though they're pissed off, I still think about how they think it's gone all wrong. I think they want to know how it did too, but they're still blaming you for the situation. But yet they're saying that they don't trust you right now. Now, see, that actually makes a lot of sense because it's just what I just said. They fantasize about you, but maybe it's the past, the way you guys used to get along, all of this stuff. Take it how it resonates. You know, you have your own intuition. You would know how that would work. But then they're saying, I don't trust you. And that's because of that blaming you. I don't know what to say to you. I'm not writing you. I'm not talking to you because I don't know what to say. I do wish you well. Wow. Wow. Okay, so in the near future over here, it's actually going to have to be like 2 of the near futures because we have to kind of cut the part over here, right? Because we have kind of like the next few weeks where they're still wishing you well and saying, I blame you. And then coming down to this big piece down here, right, where it's going to be towards that mid-month, into the month of February, because I do feel the splitness here of how their energy is changing and how they're actually getting back control of being normal again. Sorry, I'm going to say that. Maybe getting through a little psychosis, whatever's overwhelming them. However, getting back, I'm just going to say getting back to their normal person, because I do feel for a lot of you, like, I don't even know who this person is. Like, I don't know what the hell. Okay, so we'll do one towards the next couple of weeks. I'm blaming you. You did this. So right now we are not right for each other. That makes a lot of sense. I'm focused on you instead of my pain. That's weird. See, you're still in their mind though. This is how this is going to work. There's a still heartfelt thing here. So no matter how much pissed off they are at you, how much they want to blame you for this thing, there's still this overlining love for you. Okay, so that's how it's all going to end up over here, huh? Okay, so now getting to that end part where it's like, okay, here we go. I see that I screwed this up and that I did all of this. So first card coming out is, I know I made a mistake. Yeah, well, because that's where you come to this conclusion that you're the one that caused the tower. You blew this all out of control. In that moment, I didn't care. I wanted it my way. I loved myself enough to walk away. I never want to feel that way again. I took the easy way out. I think, oh, that was the easy way out by blowing up. Oh, I love this one. I was wondering how far this would go. I wondered how far this would go. And now I've come to the conclusion it's gone too far. And that's really what they're going to come to the conclusion over here, is that I've come to the conclusion this has gone too far. And maybe it is too, Aries Taurus, because you're not going to write them. You're not going to try to fix any of this right now. Look, they hurt you. They did this. They blew up things. They confused you. You know, you might not even know where the hell they are. They don't answer their, even if you did call them, maybe they don't answer their phone. Maybe they blocked you on all social networks. You know, just a lot of things that'll hurt you. Wow. So I'm feeling all of these things for you. Okay. So we do have a bunch of things over here. So I would say that even though they're very upset about the situation, you might even say that maybe they snowflaked. Okay, but the overall piece in it is there is still a bunch of love there deep within themselves. They just need to figure it out. Okay, and that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.